Everyone, I received a request from someone if I could make an audio out of this Reddit post. It is by a deleted user, so if anyone that is watching this recognizes this post and knows this user that is deleted but might know them, then you can check with them if it's okay that I made an audio out of this post. And if not, have them send me an email. My email is in the description box. So, here goes. Once you understand this, you will master the law of assumption. Read. This is my last post, and this is the only thing you need to understand. Please put your whole mind to understand this. Edit, read comments of this post too, for they may be helpful. I'm not going to read the comments of this post in this audio. In my previous post, many people had this confusion. How do I accept imagination is the only true reality? I try to believe that it's the only reality, but it's hard. Just before I answer you this, accepting imagination is the only true reality is the only thing you need to speed up your manifestation. It will dissolve your worries, problems, and also validation. You won't beg someone for validation once you understand this. How to accept your imagination is the only true reality. Remember, when you didn't know about this law, you would think of someone that you didn't talk to for years, and that someone will appear in your reality in minutes, hours, days, or weeks, either by texting you, you seeing their post on your feed, or they meeting up with you. Oh wait, let's say, remember you were singing a song that you love in your head, and that same song plays in the radio. Someone sings it, or that same song comes in your feed in your Insta, TikTok, exactly after some seconds or minutes of you singing that song in your head. Or let's say you are in school, giving exams, and you know these groups of people, backbenchers, saying and claiming boldly, I didn't study a thing, but I will still pass. And when the results come, they still pass, even without studying. Remember? Oh, I have more. Remember when you talk with someone about a certain topic, and that same topic pops up in your social media apps? Remember, a new teacher comes to class, and y'all make assumptions about them already without even speaking to them. She's surely going to be so rude. And then the teacher plays their part of being rude. Remember when you were about to say something to your friend and he or she tells the exact same thing that you were going to tell them, and then you say to them, I was just about to say that. And then they reply, oh really? Isn't this strange? How is this all happening? Didn't you ever thought about this? Should be think. Didn't you ever think about this? But potato, potato. Not a single thing you see in your 3D was there, unless and until it was once imagined and felt. Yes, you did that, but you were unconscious of it. There's more examples for this, but I didn't live your life. So you think of these events where you thought about something/someone and they showed up. Where attention goes, energy flows. Forgot the name. Remember, everyone is you pushed out. The assumption you make about people, they will surely play their part. The world projects what goes inside your imagination. So if that's true, Doesn't that mean imagination is the only true reality? We know it is, because we're Nevilleese. Because the things you have, people's attitude towards you, literally everything was once imagined and felt. And they got revealed in your 3D, because 3D reflects everything that is imagined and felt. So if imagination is the only true reality, and you want people's validation, will you beg for people validation in the 3D? Nope. You would simply claim in your imagination that you are validated by people and feel how it would feel if it were true, and that will externalize. One more thing. The one who is reading this post, I want your whole mind into what I'm going to say now, as this is something commonly people commonly do wrong, so listen. You are not trying to convince yourself of something that you're not. You are understanding that you already have the desire. You already have the marriage, the car, the house, everything, because it's in here, your imagination. And this is a quote. This user quoted this from Pluto's Gate. Didn't understand? Read that text 1,000,000 times, again and again. Take a screenshot if you want. Just understand what it meant, as this is something people commonly make mistake and don't get their desire. Okay, I'm going to read it one more time. Not 1,000,000 times. You can do that yourself. You are not trying to convince yourself of something that you're not. You are understanding that you already have the desire. You already have the marriage, the car, the house, everything, because it's in here, your imagination. Just once, if you accept your desires in your imagination and feel it real and believe that you have it, you would no longer try to manifest it. Why? Because you literally have it. You wouldn't be stressed of making a mistake of your techniques, like, oh, maybe I didn't visualize vividly during my sets scene. What was sets again? State akin to sleep. Oh, maybe I didn't affirm enough. It doesn't matter. You literally have it. Why? Because you have it in your imagination. And imagination is the only true reality. Point blank, period. Like, take this from Neville himself here. When man finally identifies himself with his imagination rather than his senses, he has at long last discovered the core of reality. Neville Goddard. I'm going to read it again. When man finally identifies himself with his imagination rather than his senses, he has at long last discovered the core of reality. Question: but the 3D went complete opposite. No matter what happens, turn within and be still. Neville Goddard. Let Neville answer your question. Question: so everything I see in the 3D, the good, the bad, is caused by me? The world is a mirror, forever reflecting what you are doing within yourself. Neville Goddard. Question: why is some people so rude with me? Why are some people so rude with me? People echo what you whisper within yourself. Neville Goddard. Question: I want this thing so bad, but it's not manifesting. It is not what you want that you attract. You attract what you believe to be true. Neville Goddard. Question. I believed I have my desire, but it still hasn't manifested. Why? If you judge after appearances, you will continue to be enslaved by the evidence of your senses. Neville Goddard. Question. I read posts after post on how to manifest and different techniques every day. I still don't get results. Knowing what to do is one thing. Doing it is another. And we're called upon to be doers of the word and not just hearers only, deceiving ourselves. You can read one of my books over and over again. You can tell others what the book says, but if you never apply its message, the mere reading of its word will not benefit you. But if you will test your imagination, it will prove itself in performance. Neville Goddard. This is pretty much it. I hope I helped people. And one small advice I have. I overconsumed information for a year and 2 months. It wasted so much time of my life, and I regret that. Please don't be like me. You know what to do. Stop scrolling and scrolling. It's an endless loop. Beware. I hope you didn't just read this post and let it out from other ear. I hope you understood what Neville and I meant here. Anyways, have a great life ahead. And then this user ends with, break the pattern today, or the loop will repeat tomorrow. This is really an amazing post. What I want to add to it though, so the last bit about they felt that they wasted time. So we know that time is not linear, it is simultaneous. I do not believe in regrets at all. I believe in taking things as they are because apparently a version of you needed to hear that over and over again or see it or read it over and over again before they said, you know what? Now it's time. I'm stepping into a different timeline of the one that already understands. So it's totally fine if you feel like you want to, I don't know, read to many more of these messages. Did I say read to? I meant listen to. Many more of these messages. What is a great way for me to feel where I'm at is feeling into my physical body. It takes a certain awareness. It takes also physical practice, and it also takes a certain leanness, in my opinion. This might not be true for you, but the more I exercise, the more yoga I do, the less I overeat or overindulge in foods, the easier it is for me to understand what my future self, my higher mind, wants and what it expects of me, so that I can easily follow the timeline that I wish to follow. Because as you know, we constantly move into a different version of ourselves and of reality. So if you are constantly if you feel like you're constantly experiencing the same, it means that you're constantly choosing the same emotions, the same thoughts. Thus, it feels like you're in a loop. But a loop isn't possible in a simultaneous time world. A loop is just a repetition because you are being, thinking, feeling as a person that or the version of you that you were a moment ago and a moment ago and a moment ago. And a very easy way to break this pattern is to do things that you know that a version of you would do that are hard for this version of you and that are easy for that version of you. You can do a future self meditation. You can do a quantum leap meditation. You don't really need a meditation for it. It's really an understanding of how to communicate with you. Yeah, that's it for now. So I trust that this was valuable to you. And one last thing before I go. And this tripped me up in the beginning, and it doesn't anymore because I understand it. And I wish for you that you understand it too. And that is, when you imagine, don't go looking for proof. The proof will show up when it's time. Just know that everything is done within imagination. And when you feel the joy, when you feel the relief, when you feel the, oh my goodness, this feels so good, you know that it happened. And that is all. And when you start to feel impatient, what do? You go back into your imagination. Everything is created from your imagination. Wishing you much love. See you soon.